You're already holding the record for most hours on television. Now you're celebrating a 20th anniversary on top of that. How did these 20 years fit into this whole 16,000 hours of television?
Well, it ranks right up at the top. I mean, this is what I always wanted to have, a nationally syndicated show. And I had a crack at it a couple of times, as I think we talked about over the years. But this one really clicked because we left it entirely alone. We left it just the way we found it and started it as a local show and didn't change a thing. And that first 20 minutes of the show is what really sells the show, makes it a little different. And so we were allowed to have that live on television, and finally it worked.
You probably have people coming up to you all the time giving you that "what's your final answer" thing. You feel
all the time.
You feel like socking the next guy that does that?
You know, I got in a plane one day in Los Angeles a couple of weeks ago, and a guy got on the plane after 50 people preceded him, and every one of them said to me, "Is that your final answer?" This guy got on the plane and said, "You know what? I'm not going to say it to you." And I almost kissed him.
It must be driving you nuts, though, that's going to be, that line is probably going to follow you to your grave.
Probably will. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about putting it on my gravesite. This is my final answer.
What does this mean to you personally after all these years to be now the king of primetime television?
Well, you know, Mike, if it had happened to me years ago when I was just starting out, I just had a few years under my belt, it would have bowled me over, I think. But it's a very heady experience, don't get me wrong. But I think at this point in my life, I'm better equipped to handle it. I mean, it's a giant, no doubt about it, and it's very exciting, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Not everybody gets to grab the comet by its tail, you know, and take the ride. And so I'm very grateful that I've been able to hang around this long enough to experience it.